This podcast was produced by OAR FM Dunedin with support from New Zealand On Air.
Welcome to 5 Continents in 50 Minutes, a podcast series based on the continents of the world as symbolised by the 5 Olympic rings. I'm that blind woman, Julie Woods, and beside me is my husband and artist, Ron Esplin. Hello, Ron.
Hello, nice to see you again.
Ooh. And together we are going to cover facts, figures and favourites of the continents in 5 10-minute podcasts. This is episode 1 and continent 1, which is Asia. Ron, you have painted a place in Asia. Could you describe it to our listeners, please?
Yes, I certainly can. It's the Tiger's Nest in Bhutan, which is a beautiful building that just perched up on a hillside, way 4,000 metres up.
Sounds magnificent. And of course we climbed to the top of the Tiger's Nest when we were in Bhutan, so it's quite a significant place for us. What else can you tell us about Asia?
Well, certainly the population is pretty amazing in Asia, 4.7 billion, and the countries are 49 in number. The largest country by landmass is Russia, with 77% of its landmass in Asia. And the largest populated country is India, which has surpassed China. It's reached 1.48 billion.
And climbing by the minute.
The languages, that's always interesting. There's estimate. Well, I will say this. The ones that we know of are Mandarin, Cantonese, Hindi, Japanese, Thai, Vietnamese and Bahasa Indonesia. However, there are an estimate of over 2,300 languages. So just be satisfied with that smaller group.
Dhanyavad.
Namaste.
Thank you. And what else have we got? What landmarks have we got?
Well, the famous landmarks are the Great Wall in China, the Taj Mahal in India, Mount Fuji in Japan, and Angkor Wat in Cambodia. They're the most well-known. And the cities, of course, are wonderful, huge cities in Asia. Tokyo in Japan, Beijing in China, Mumbai in India, Bangkok in Thailand, Singapore in Singapore, Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, Kathmandu in Nepal, and Manila in the Philippines. The foods are interesting. You have quite a range of exotic foods. Sushi from Japan, curry from India, pho from Vietnam, pad thai in Thailand, and Korean barbecue from South Korea.
Yum.
The countries we have both visited in Asia are China, India, Japan, Jordan, Philippines, Vietnam, Turkey, Thailand, South Korea, Malaysia, Nepal, Cambodia, United Arab Emirates, Hong Kong, Singapore and Bhutan. And
of course Jordan is Western Asia. I thought it was Africa, and I think 3% of Turkey, which was Turkey, is in Europe, but 97% is in Asia. So that's cool. Thank you. Favourite country in Asia, Ron?
Oh, I still think Bhutan is my favourite. It's so peaceful and has the people are very friendly, and they're also quite religious.
It's like stepping back in time. They have no traffic lights and one escalator. Yeah?
So they have their ups and their downs.
Actually, it's a country of steps. You either go up and down in Bhutan. Very mountainous. My favourite country in Asia is China. And I find it really hard because Asia is my favourite continent, and so many wonderful places when you read through that list. But I think for me, it's around the ancient thinking and the places and the wisdom that the people just seem to have. I just think it's a spectacular country. What was your best meal in Asia, Ron?
Well, it takes us to Hong Kong for the best meal. For many years, I've visited and seen the Jumbo restaurant, which is just anchored up in the bay. And it is a wonderful restaurant. I can say now because we finally visited you and I, and it's floating in the harbour. Well, when I say it is, I'm afraid it isn't anymore because, in fact, it's past its time, and it was sold off to a country outside of Hong Kong. And they towed it away, and halfway wherever they were going, it sank, and it's never to be seen again.
Well, I remember when we went there, I said to you, we either have to have something that we would have in Dunedin, or we have to have something completely different. So we decided to go for the Dunedin option, and we had sweet and sour pork and deep fried squid, and it was totally beautiful, wasn't it? I remember that. And let's go to your worst meal.
Oh, the worst meal, deep fried. Well, we were the guests of the Hanoi Blind Association, and they're wonderful people and very kind. However, their diet is somewhat different from ours. And I inquired of the lady that was our hostess, what is this soup we have here? And just at that moment, two quite large birds' legs floated to the top. And she looked at me as if that was quite normal, and she said, "It's a soup, bird soup."
So you didn't find out what kind of bird it was?
I didn't dare ask.
But you're very good at eating in those situations. You're better than me, I must say. My worst meal was in Xi'an in China when we went. Our two boys came with us, and we went to a food court, and there were lots of Chinese people in there. It looked very authentic, or it sounded authentic. And Sebastian, who was 15 at the time, you and Zach went up to get the meals, and he said to me, "This is going to be bad." And I said, "Baz," I said, this could be the best meal of your life. This is the magic of travel." And, of course, it wasn't. It was really bad. So I'm not quite sure what he learnt from that lesson. What's the best drink you've had in Asia?
Well, I've always been a great believer in Chinese beer, and there's a brand called Tsingtao. I'm allowed to mention that. And they sell them in big bottles, and it's really nice beer. And I can get it here, so that's quite good.
That's good, of course. And I think for me it's the Singapore Sling, made famous by the barman at Raffels Hotel in Singapore. And it's a drink that the barman created because women weren't able to drink in bars way back a long time ago, and he created that for them. And you go in there and you drink your Singapore Sling, and you can eat peanuts and drop the shells on the floor. It's very good marketing. It's very unique. And I think it was $68 for two drinks. And I know you tried to catch up, Ron, by getting some free ones on the plane.
Singapore, thank you, Singapore Airlines.
What's Asia's best kept secret?
Oh, well, I think the best kept secret is the Long Shen rice terraces. I think they liken it to a lizard, the
dragon?
Dragon, yeah,
Dragon's
that's right.
back.
They call it the dragon's back, but in Chinese, of course. And it's just beautiful, the precision with which the tea trees kind of wend their way around the mountain. Wonderful, beautiful.
And, of course, it's 1,000 steps up, hot.
Well, there is that.
Yeah, it's so once again, reward equals effort.
Well, we kept passing a sort of sedan chairs, and Julie looked longingly at them, but the reality is that is only for the lazy people, we were told.
Right, wow. My best secret in Asia was the DMZ, the demilitarised zone in South Korea, and the tunnels that North Korea built in 1950 to come and invade into South Korea. Well, Ron, we've reached the end of, Asia.
Oh, gosh, it's pretty hard to get through Asia in such a short time.
Yeah, and my magic moment was Taiwan and being in the mountaintop village when I turned 60, and it was my 60th country. So we love you, Asia. Thank you for joining us. And you've been listening to 5 Continents in 50 Minutes with that blind woman, Julie Woods, and Ron Esplin. If you'd like to contact me, you can do so, julie@thatblindwoman.co.nz, or Ron Esplin on ronesplinartist@gmail.com. This is podcast 1 of 5. We look forward to you joining us for podcast 2, and thank you, Ron, for coming to Asia with me.
再见.
再见. I'm that blind woman, Julie Woods, proud sponsor of Around the World in 80 Minutes. After going blind in 1997, I said why not so many times. I am now a professional speaker, author, advocate and coach. If you're looking for someone to help you or your team turn your no into why not, then why not send me an email to julie@thatblindwoman.co.nz or phone or call me on 021 913 513. Why not?
This podcast was produced by OAR FM Dunedin with support from New Zealand On the Air.